We'll call the meeting back to order. Morning, Ron.
Good morning. County crews hauling and spreading gravel in Delaware Township and on roads adjacent to New Highway 20 in Boyer Valley, Jackson, and Cedar Townships. Slate and gravel roads, replenishing salt stockpiles at Sac and Wallach shops, breaking drain tile in Section 12 of Viola Township, servicing equipment, repairing tile and culverts in Jackson, Delaware, Douglas, and Viola Townships. Any road issues you made aware of?
I haven't had any.
Project update, really nothing new there from last week. On M35, the contract planning to start mid-April, but we'll see whether that happens or not. In Wheeler Township, initial conversations with Richard sounds like he's going to wait till after May 1st to start on that project. So I handed out a bridge replacement information sheet that we talked about and used before on trying to evaluate which bridges we've put in the program, and basically we're going to continue to look at priority. First priority would be posting paved roads, and those can use either fire market or BR funds if they're eligible. Second priority would be BR bridges that are eligible on all systems, and we try to watch a little bit for low traffic count to make sure that if there's a bridge that we feel is essential, that we don't let it fall off the system and not be able to use BR funds to replace it. Then of course we look at posted bridges on all gravel farm market roads, which can use either, well, they use farm market funds. And posted bridges on all other roads, which would get into looking at using local funds.
We had called you last week, and you had said Chris, and so we had some discussion. Kim Larson came in on the one on 230th, and we ran out there on Tuesday afternoon, and I was familiar with it. I think we all were. And are they going to do some water evaluation stuff?
Yeah, we did a little bit of. And part of this gets into number 4 there. When we went back and looked at the file and dug a little deeper into the report from Kevin Burns, their note basically said posted 20 tons, but then later on in that note it said if we reduced the gravel load to less than 2 inches of gravel on the deck, that we'd be able to repost it back to the 233440, which is what it was before.
So what's the deal with that then?
Over the years, they carried more gravel onto the deck, and we've got like 8 inches of gravel on the deck.
I guess we didn't notice that.
And if you take, I mean, that's just like having a loaded truck sitting on the bridge all the time. If you take that load off of there.
So I assume you'll be doing that?
Yeah, in fact, Mike, well, part of what he was doing up here in the first part, we know that that road's going to get some extra traffic because of Highway 20, and so we were up there trying to get ahead of the Highway 20 traffic and get a little more material on the road, and he was going to gravel that area, and it was a good thing I called him yesterday and told him we were looking at taking some gravel off there, because you can't just, you got to feather that back, you can't just take 6 inches out of the middle of the road to the bridge. And
so then with the 40 being allows you to put an 80,000 pound semi on it.
Yeah, you can run a semi on it, yeah. It's still not quite.
It's a small one. It's not.
So you'd only have half. I mean, when your drivers are on the bridge, your rear.
The hydraulics. I was familiar with it, but I didn't remember that it's actually there's more water there than I
Yeah.
really thought there
Deep.
might be. It's down in there pretty good.
Quite a ways down.
Yeah, it's a 20, longest span's 25 feet, so it's probably 27-foot center line,
That should hold up.
center line abutment, center line abutment.
If you would then have somebody from your office contact them and tell them that that's what our plans are, that they will be able to use a truck across that.
Right,
They're real
Which-
concerned.
which will also make the DOT happy too, because they've got to haul concrete to that new bridge they're building on 230th Street, and with the 20-ton limit on there, they'd have to go down 220th and come down a gravel road from the north. And with this being,
They'll go to M50 and back. Or what?
well, they'll go straight down this road across that bridge and go straight to that bridge at 230th. So they're building over 20. It'll save them a mile of gravel, is what it'll do, and basically save them tearing up a mile of hard gravel road too, so.
Is that a concrete deck on that bridge?
Yes.
So why would you need to leave 2 inches?
You really wouldn't have to leave any, but it's a lot easier to keep the ride coming on off and smoother if you leave a transition in there.
I guess, I mean, I didn't
I
even think
didn't
about
know
what
that
was.
was any concrete.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's covered.
Yeah, it's a I-beam bridge with a concrete deck on it, and I think it's got 8-inch curbs, and Chris said it was full of gravel just about to the top of the curb, so we figured it's got at least 8 inches of gravel on it or about.
Huh.
Back to the center of the road, it probably had a little bit more than that. But as far as replacing it, yeah, someday it looks like we could probably replace it with maybe a big
Box.
big signal box.
Well, and go ahead and still do the hydraulics on it as you have time, just because that someday it'll need to be done.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty restricting as far as width. It's got the steel
Yeah, it's
stuff on it.
21 foot wide, and that's another thing we could have done too for that bridge is at 21 foot, it's rated for 2 lanes of traffic. And actually, if we wanted to rate it for 1 lane only, it would probably be legal for all trucks. You know, which is what we've done, on some of those paved roads, like up on the north end of him.
Well, it's at 21 foot, you don't want 2 on there anyway.
Well, that's just it. Most truck drivers would not.
Right, I don't think you probably have to post it, because I don't think more than one
No.
truck driver would want to get into that.
That's narrow.
But to make it legally posted,
Yeah.
we'd have to put signs out there that says 1 truck on the bridge at a time. So.
Do contact him and tell him that that's what your plans are. And
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
thank you.
Because there is a lot of other bridges in the county that have got worse postings and
That one on M35 south of 20, the latest one we posted over there, is that gonna be able to be replaced with culverts that are?
we haven't done any work on that one at all.
No.
I guess down there on where part of 3 there, I'm looking at adding 2 bridges to the program as BR funded bridges. I guess I didn't put that in there. One of them would be that one you just talked about, just south of M35 on Highway 20. And the other one would be the bridge up here on M54, just north of D15. I know we did a little bit of looking at that one, and we haven't done any hydraulics yet, but we're pretty sure we can get a box culvert in up here on M54. And
Single box?
I'm not sure, without hydraulics, I guess I'm not sure yet.
It's just quicker and less expensive.
But,
That's a big drainage district.
Yeah, but that's kind of on the
North end of it, isn't it?
isn't it?
yeah, you're getting up there to the north
Yeah,
end.
but there's 2 that use that as a common outlet.
Yep, there's one coming in from the west,
Yeah.
at D.
Yeah, but it's
D-
pretty small.
That's above that.
Yeah, it's not very big,
That's
but
north
it's,
of that, isn't it? Where it comes together?
It comes just upstream of that bridge, just
Oh,
Where they
200
join.
feet.
Oh,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
right, it's right close there. I'm trying to remember what was downstream on that bridge. I can't remember if that's a single box that's under D15. Okay, I don't remember.
I think it's very likely that a single box might work.
I mean, as I started looking at some of this stuff yesterday, I was noticing that when we've done some of these maps in the past showing the VR eligible bridges, in 2007 we had 12 bridges on the system that were eligible for VR funding. In 2008 it jumped to 23, and in 2009 we had 33 that were VR eligible. And when I looked at the list yesterday afternoon, we had 33 on the list now too. I haven't watched real close our share of the BR funds, because we're getting more bridges that are eligible. Our share of the BR funds should go up a little bit too. Right now we're getting $265,000 a year into our BR fund. And that might, with some of these ratings going down, that's got the possibility of going up.
That's just hard.
Well,
That doesn't quite get you one a year.
Let me say that again, our share of the fund would possibly go up, but all depending on what the feds do with the BR bridge. I think at one time there was some discussion about doing away with that program altogether, so you need to watch what they're doing out from Washington too. But yeah, that's, if you average a bridge in a box culvert, et cetera, that gets you about one a year, yeah. And do I have that in the bottom here? Yeah, the last note there, it's approximately 200 bridges, and we're down a little bit from that, but I can't remember right around the 200 number. If the average life is 80 years, we'd need to be replacing 2.5 bridges a year to maintain all of them that we have.
Which we have been doing the last years. We've been pretty close to that schedule.
Yeah, a couple of them a year at least probably. I'm surprised when I start looking at the bridges that are VR eligible that we're getting some bridges on there that aren't that old structures that are supposedly BR eligible. I mean, one of them that Rick would be familiar with is the one over there just east of
Darwin Matters?
Darwin Matters.
That one's,
That one.
that's not that old.
Yeah, it's not that old a bridge. It's supposedly BR eligible already.
You've crossed that.
It's got,
Cedar River?
Yeah.
yeah.
Why would that be?
I didn't go dig back to look in the
So that's probably put in the early 70s?
yeah, I think 78 maybe.
Was it later 70s?
Well, I was looking at several yesterday, and off the top of my head, I can't.
That's, that looks to be in.
Cedar's like a new bridge.
It does. I mean, it's.
Good shape.
Well, I was way off too. 1966 is what it's showing on
Boy, don't look that old.
the report here. But there was another one that was built like it.
Yeah.
There was another one in here that.
That's a 25-footer, I think.
And it's probably 24. 24 inside the guardrails. But yeah, when I saw that one on there, that surprised me, so I don't know. Again, it doesn't have any posting, so, it wouldn't be a bridge that we looked real seriously at.
I would hope not.
Because we don't, again, our priority is to try to keep the posted bridges on our paved roads in good shape. So that's why I added those two that I got listed there. Yeah, another one that's the one down there south of Herring, that bridge does not have a posting on it. It's BR eligible, and sufficiency rating's getting down fairly low, but the deck on that thing started. It's been widened at one point in time, and the deck has got some spots where it's popping out. And so it would not be a very good candidate to do a deck rehab on. And so someday in the future we'll have to look at that, probably put that in the program to replace it too. Anyway, I guess we talked about item 4 there, and I'll give him a call. The other thing, just an FYI, we're reviewing a haul road request from the DOT to haul granular material from a location up on Rolfe to 2 sites over by Early. They found that vein of granular material up there on the east side of Rolfe, and we, rather than buying it from a contractor, they're just going to haul it out of that borrow pit there and take it over. Part of it, I think, is going to backfill the box culvert there by Early, and part of it's so their haul route's going to come back south on Rolfe to Old 20, go west on 20 up 71, and then come in on 220 through just a short ways, and then drop down to that box culvert. And the other place they're hauling it is north of Kewall Marsh up there, and so they're going to go south on Rolfe over to on 20 to M50, north on M50, then they'd go about a mile, just over a mile west on 220th, and then somehow they're going to go back down along the stream there, I guess, and get back into that Kewall Marsh area. But they must be coring some material out, and they're going to backfill it with granular. They will, I think, send a note to the DOT since that's inside the city limits, and we'll have to get approval from the city to come down into the city off of Rolfe.
It's on the small section of, what's the number on the paper coming out of?
Oh, yeah, I know. Ceased early.
Yeah. What's that number? That's up to M50.
Yeah. D27.
D27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they gotta cross that marsh. Oh, the north.
Yeah.
I think that's why, after they cross the raccoon down here, they're swinging up. Yeah, and then, over here they were on half mile. Here they're going to be a quarter mile south, so they're just off the north end of that. But I suppose they're in some marshy area, and they want that granular fill underneath where they cross there. Because of course they haul a lot of that granular out of that on the east side of Rolfe, just down the hill. So the raccoon.
Have you been down there recently? I haven't been.
Yeah, I haven't been down there since it started last weekend. I drove down there and drove back in there and actually took a couple pictures. They had like 3 drag lines down in there. They've got a temporary bridge built across the Raccoon River, and they had, let's see, was it 2 of the piers, started pouring the concrete up from the bases, and then they had another coffer dam built in the Raccoon where they were, I assume, drilling a pile for one of the next piers. I need to go back and look. I think there's 7 sets of piers on that structure.
They've been on the crossing of the Cedar there. Have been hauling some steel back across that stretch by the borrow pit. back to the east.
I would think on that one, they'd be getting pretty close to getting ready to get set the next deal and.
They kind of grab it in bundles. I assume that's what they're hauling down there.
They've been
Piling
hauling some
should be
big
all
steel
done.
up for this one. I've seen trucks go by,
Come in.
Linden, you know, out west of town. They're heading north of the, so they must be stocked, you know, or laying it off in the ditch.
Yeah, getting them delivered.
They kind of have a trailer type thing that kind of grips a bundle and then pulls it down there on the cedar anyway.
Yeah. I got to thinking the other day, I need to ask somebody from DOT, I kept saying all the bridges were let, you know, east of Early, but I don't remember seeing the letting for the bridges at Early. I don't remember if those 71 have been
I
let.
mean, the overpass.
Yeah.
We'll see this. Which road goes up in the air, 71 or 20?
I think 20's going over. Yeah, they're showing 2 bridges there, so 20's going over.
20's gonna go over 71 north of Early?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Somebody asked me that just yesterday, and I said,
Yeah.
They've got their box culverts and stuff laid in the east of 71 there.
Yeah.
All of them?
Well, I
Or
guess
just
I don't know what
one?
all will be there. There's one big one.
Yeah, Dixon did that one, and then they moved over to do this one. Well, it's just what, a little over half mile west of N14. I don't know, what is going up there to on Marshall, because I haven't really paid any attention. You know, they show a culvert. They show something across there, but I don't know if that's a box culvert or if that's just a big pipe.
Well, the campgrounds, hotel here, everything's gonna be full. All those workers start.
Yeah.
It won't be too long, no.
They'll probably start bringing equipment down.
Yeah, well, in fact, I'm gonna try to catch, see what G. Mounian has had a meeting set up after dinner today with the telephone companies wanting to get permits to, Frontier needs to relocate a bunch of telephone lines underneath, or at the intersection. I'm gonna try to catch C. G. Mounian there and try to get an idea when they're gonna start on these haul roads and some of these other issues too. If they can keep us informed ahead of time, you know, we can try to make sure we get the road gravel in good shape before they.
And also remind them that if people have dust issues, that they need to keep that in mind too.
That's their responsibility.
Yeah, the DOT, they gotta work through the DOT on that,
But it's not ours.
but it's not ours.
Yeah, but we just,
We'll get the call.
Yeah.
anything
Not
else?
the bill, we'll get the call.
Anything else, Ron?
No, that's it.
move to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned.
I might get a hold of,